KCFM 99.8. I am Crown Jules. This is the Sunday Sesh. And joining me on the show right now, I have huge pleasure in introducing Corey Taylor. Hello, Corey.
Hi, how are you?
I'm doing fine, thanks. How are you doing?
Oh, I'm running around in circles, Thank God my neck is big enough that I can hold my voice and still talk about this stuff.
Now, when we spoke last year, you were talking outfits because you were in town to do Sonosphere acoustically, but also the Kerrang Awards.
Oh, yes.
And you did have quite an interesting outfit, did you not?
I did.
And what can we expect? Because you're doing the same thing this year.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I've got the suit. I've got a new suit, actually. The same, and it's funny because it's the same company that made last year's suit. And it is, they're going to write books about this. It's going to be amazing.
Wow. Well, I shall look forward to seeing the photos. Now, let's talk a little bit about Download, because you were at Download Festival this year.
Yes.
With Stone Sour.
Yeah.
And I had the pleasure of talking to Jim Root backstage, and he talked fairly candidly about being quite nervous before that show.
Yeah.
Tell me how it was. You got an amazing reception.
Oh, it was great. Yeah. I mean, I couldn't have wished for a better Download show.
Really?
It was so good, being able to headline that second stage, and the fact that we held an audience of like 40,000 while Aerosmith is playing. What does that tell you?
Yeah.
We're either really good or Aerosmith is really bad, and I know that Aerosmith is not bad.
Exactly.
I was really proud, man. Especially everything really came together really well for that show. We were all looking forward to it. It's always that show on the docket, if you will, that we are just so stoked to play every year,
Yeah.
And even though it was pouring rain and
it was
cold as hell.
I was there. You were amazing.
It was so crazy, right? And then we go on stage and it just all stopped. And the sun broke through the clouds, man. It was, you can't write a better script than that, man. If I'd have planned that, I'd have messed it up. Let's put it that way. It had to happen organically like that. And then we just proceeded to tear the top down, man. It was a really, really good time.
There was a lot of love from the Donington crowd for you guys that night.
There was. I can't say enough, man. It's one of the reasons that it will always be one of my favorite gigs ever.
Awesome. Now, let's just talk a little bit about Stone Sour and the new record, which is going to be heading in our direction in a couple of months. So, beginning of September.
Yes.
New album, Audio Secrecy.
Yes.
So tell me about that record. Obviously, the last one was 2006, wasn't it? Come Whatever May.
Yeah.
So you've had a whole lot of shit going on in the last few years. So, tell me about Audio Secrecy. What is it? What is it about?
Well, it's a secret, isn't it? It's right there in the title. You tell me, woman. Come on now.
Okay, I'm going to tell you what it's about. Let me tell you. I've only heard two songs. So, Mission Statement and Say You'll Haunt Me, both of which.
Short album, Jesus.
Both really awesome tracks. Really, really good.
Oh,
so,
thank you.
What was the process like? Because you worked with Nick again, didn't you?
Yeah,
Nick
yeah. It was a good time, man. It's kind of a great story, man. When Come Whatever May kind of blew up the way it did, it really kind of took us by surprise. Mm. And we just decided that this time around, it was just like, man, you know what? Let's just not hold anything back. Let's just go for it, with everything we've got. And for whatever reason, we had never really been able to do that, on the first two albums. Mm-hmm. And, this time around, we wanted to do everything right. So we just went out of our way to really, we demoed everything. And then we took the best songs from those demos, and then we concentrated on those, and then we whittled it down, and then we demoed those, and then we whittled it down, until we really got to the point where we went into the studio with 18 tracks that really just blew us away. That we loved every song, we loved every moment of it, and it was just a great experience because every song had its own soul. Every song told a different story, and yet it all worked. It was all very cohesive, on the album, and it was just it was just fantastic. And at the end of the day, we ended up with this monster, man. I mean, I can't tell you how ecstatic I am. I mean, I'm so proud of the band. I'm so proud of what we've done that it's just such a treat. And I can't wait for people to hear it.
It's amazing. I mean, from the 2 tracks, the label sent me over the the single and the first song on the album. So from that, I cannot wait to hear the rest of it. And I think that we are going to be very excited as a nation for you guys to come over here and tour with that record, which you're doing in October, right?
Yeah. The big tour, man.
So how are you going to limber up for that, Corey? Tell me.
I did a lot of deep knee bends, some windmills. I'm going to work on my heavy metal faces.
I like it.
I really think that I should take a Pilates class before we do this because I got to tighten up the glutes and the delts and all that good stuff. I got to fit into my mini little suit that I plan on wearing, which is made, majority of it's pleather, but don't hold that against me.
Pleather, awesome.
Oh, yes.
It's a very metal fabric.
Yes, it really is. The metal amalgam. Plastic and leather. You gotta love it.